hustle. This is how. This is 97.9, the BOX.
You'll just see a little more of my this little thing I got from Marshall's. What's going on though? How are you? How have you been this year, Alex?
It's been great. I've been great. Just really taking care of myself and my little one. I've been good though. I've been good.
That's great to hear. Okay, so this year you've released so much music though, so you've constantly been creating. That's amazing too. And I saw you on Twitter. You came out with some candles.
I did, yeah. So I collaborated with a company called Keynote Sense, a small Black-owned company based out of DC, and I really love candles. And I had the idea to have one kind of dedicated to a song of mine. So I reached out, and she just really helped make it happen and bring it to life. So it was just an idea initially, and yeah.
Came to life. I love to see
Yeah.
it. That's amazing. Okay, so I also, for the series, though, we're including you in. I do this thing on Wednesdays. It's called Women Who Winning, and I like to highlight a new artist. So, like 2 weeks ago, I talked to Rhapsody, and I know you and her are both a part of the I Can't Breathe Music for the Movement series, right? So what was it like, how did that collab come about, too? How did you become a part of that?
So I was a part of that thanks to Terrace Martin, and he had reached out and sent me a list of songs to choose from. What song speaks to you the most that you would want to cover? And so looking at the list, and then People Get Ready by Curtis Mayfield and the Impressions, that's the one that jumped out for me. And so I think like a few days later, came into the studio with him and Robert Glasper and recorded everything in a matter of a few hours. And then that's how it happened. So
what was it like working with Robert? That's the homie too. He's from Houston. He's so
yeah,
dope.
that's right. Robert's great. Robert's hilarious.
He is.
Robert's amazing though. So, and I've wanted to work with him for years. So it's definitely a dream come true. I mean, with Terrace too. I mean, they're both really legends in my eyes. And so I'm just happy to be a part of that. And Terrace has become actually kind of like family to me. So, yeah, it was just really an honor to be a part of that project.
Well, I'm so glad you're on it. It was amazing. I love the rework and everything. And so now, speaking of family, Alex, because I've been a fan of you for like a couple years now. Smoke and Mirrors is one of my favorite songs. I was telling all my friends today, because my real friends are some true R&B heads. So they're like, oh my God, you're interviewing Alex. I was like, I don't know how this is happening either, but I'm so excited about it. So then one of my friends was like, you know who her dad is? And I had no clue, Alex, because I just knew you for your music, and your music's amazing. And I had no clue at all. So for those who don't know, can you just tell them, about your dad and everything, being a member of the Isley Brothers?
Yeah, so my dad is the guitar player from the Isley Brothers. His name is Ernie. And then the rest of the members are my uncles. They are all really brothers. So very, very proud of that lineage and that legacy that they have, and the longevity that they've had in this business. They're still, aside from, quarantine and everything being shut down, they had been working. They're traveling most weeks out of the year and still doing their thing. So I'm proud of that.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. Somebody said the name speaks for itself, definitely. But literally, do a lot of people already know that about you, or is it like something new?
So I don't know. And I don't think Isley is too common of a last name, but I know some people.
My bad.
No, I know some people who have that last name who aren't related at all. So it's interesting. I never want to necessarily assume that people know, and sometimes I forget to I don't know, announce that in a way.
No, you don't have to announce.
No, I'm always proud of it though. So
definitely. So growing up with so many legendary musicians around you, what was some of the, I guess, best musical advice that they gave you that you can incorporate, when you create and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm. Really, any kind of advice they might have given me was always kind of indirect. I was just watching them mainly. I was just always very observant of them on stage, and even though I was a little younger, watching them in the recording studio and watching that process, and didn't really understand it back then. But yeah, any kind of advice has just been indirect. They haven't verbally expressed too much to me. They've always been very supportive, of course, of my passion. So I'm grateful for that. I think any musical advice that I've been given has been in the name of technical, on the technical side. So I have voice lessons from my maternal grandmother, actually. My grandmother on my mom's side was an opera singer for many years, and then once she retired, she gave me voice lessons. So to have music on both sides, I'm definitely grateful for as well. Yeah.
That
So
is
it's
so cool. That's crazy. Have there ever been like any stories that your dad told you about, like anything doing with the group? I think I saw something on Twitter that you said there was like a crazy story um, for one of the songs. I can't remember what the tweet was that you put.
For Between the Sheets,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I've heard some of the stories of inspiration, some of the beginnings of some of the songs. So that's crazy to always hear about. And, I've heard about some of the recording processes of, like, the recording process behind Who's That Lady and some other songs,
Mm-hmm.
you know, before I got here. So it's really cool to kind of
Very
go back
surreal.
times and, you know, share some of those memories with him.
So how old were you when you like started recording your own music and everything?
When I started recording, I think seriously,
Mm-hmm.
I was 22 because I had just finished college.
You went to
So
school for music, right?
I did, yeah. So I went to UCLA for jazz studies, but my technical major name was ethnomusicology, which is the study of world music. So I had to study, in addition to jazz, I had to study music from literally everywhere. So that was my major.
Ooh, okay. That's cool. That's so. I saw somewhere that you were talking about when you create music, you like to create in colors.
Um, Not necessarily. I think after the fact, after I've created, I see colors.
Mm-hmm.
That's not necessarily the mindset for me, but it is. I connect colors with sound or with certain chords and keys, and so I didn't realize that's an actual condition called synesthesia. Um, and I know it can take on a couple different forms. I've heard like some mathematicians have it where they connect numbers with colors. So, but for me, it's always been a connection with music and color. So
That's super dope. That's so dope. Now, this year and last year too, of course, there's been so much. You've had so many different songs in different places. Like on Insecure, you were part of the block party and stuff. What was that like? Like, how did that come about too? Being on Insecure and everything.
that was so much fun. The music supervisor Kier had hit me up, and that was definitely something on the bucket list for me. I'm a
Yeah.
huge and so I knew I wanted my music on there in some capacity. So to be heard on there and seen at the same time, that was awesome. That was so much fun to film.
Wow. I imagine. So was it like a real party off the set, on and off the set?
No, I mean it looked real, like any of the vendors that you might have seen on the episode. Like there was nothing actually there. I mean, obviously it had to look real. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was amazing. It was awesome.
So many amazing moments to you guys. 97 on the box. I'm here live with Alex Isley, in case you were just tapping in. So you also had a song that was on Michelle Obama's playlist. Like, listen, Alex, it's been up for you. What was that? How did you find out, first of all, that she had put you on the playlist?
My friend actually texted that to me. I had no idea. So I was like, yes. I was so happy.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's an honor.
Now we got to talk about some of your music too. Get into it. I love "Good and Plenty." It's one of my favorite new
Thank
songs.
you.
It's crazy. I was just literally, I posted it just yesterday, and I didn't know if this interview was gonna come through or not because it had been a couple weeks, 2 weeks since I had requested it, and then I was like, wow, look at that, amazing. So how you worked with Masego on that song too, and Jack Dine.
So Jack and I have been working together for a little more than a year now. There's actually, in a few days, it'll be a year exactly since we put out our EP together. But so, Masego, Wilton, yeah. Yeah, so Masego had actually hit me because he wanted to do something with Jack and I. And so we went over to work with Jack one day and made Good and Plenty in like a couple hours. It came together like really organically and quickly, and just everything flowed naturally. And I'm just really proud of the song, and we all are. So that was a lot of fun to do.
It's a dope song. It's fun. Every time we listen to it, somebody said it gets played back to back every time. It has to. It has to be on repeat. What else was I gonna say? let's see. I also love the song with Robert Glasper, of course, and PJ Morton too. I love PJ
Thank
Morton.
you.
What's been your favorite collab to do? Because you've done so many dope ones. I have so many favorites. Can you say your favorite? Are you allowed to say your favorite?
Oh, I don't have a favorite person. I mean, I love all of them because they're all very different with such very different artists. But I also connect with the artists as people, I think, first and foremost. And so, I mean, I love them all. They're all amazing. So, I mean, they're all my favorite. And that's a
I can't put you on the spot like that.
no. No, I honestly don't have a favorite though. Like, I love all of them. So
Got you. I saw you posted on your story too a couple days ago. You said 11 song of the day post you're gonna give us or something. You're like,
oh,
no.
yesterday, I think you might be referring to yesterday. So I've been doing a song of the day post every day since January 1st. I've been doing a song of the day post, and I've missed a few days, so I'm catching up. So there'll be like 3 or 4 posts today.
Okay. Can you give us one of them that you have in mind already?
Honestly, I don't plan them out. Like, I literally don't think of them until the second before I post them. So, but I think there's beauty in that. I'm just very random. I listen to everything. So, yeah.
Like that. And your music too your project coming up. I saw that too. I cannot wait for it. Okay, so is mine the first single off the project?
No.
No?
I can't answer that. Well, I kind of did, but I mean, it's a part of the next project for sure, but
okay. Well, can you tell us about the next project? Can you tell us any, let's say, big details? Like, you don't have to give us no features, nothing, like, you know.
I can't really give too much away.
How about, are we gonna get it this year?
It'll be early next year.
Okay.
It'll be early next year. Yeah.
And back to Wilton, just because I wanted to ask this too. Why did you choose that name for the last project?
So Wilton is the studio that we recorded at, Jack and I, is located on Wilton. And there's just a really specific vibe for that particular area of LA. There's a lot where a lot of historical homes and buildings are. Wilton is I call it Wilton.
Where's it at in LA?
The Wilton district. It's like a little bit south of, I'm sorry, it's a little bit north of Mid-City. It's kind of like in between Mid-City and Hollywood. Not too far from downtown. And yeah, just a lot of historical homes in that area. I really love that area. I think it's peaceful, it's quiet, but then there's also a little bit of hustle and bustle in the surrounding park. But yeah, it's just a really beautiful vibe over there. And so I really think that was the perfect name for the project. So
yes, I love the project. It's amazing. Somebody said you shared a new song on Tiny Desk. Did you? Is that gonna make the project?
I didn't. So that's a part of my collaboration with Ninth Wonder. So
okay.
That's something completely separate. Ninth Wonder and I had done. So but that's in the works of being shared soon as well. There's a lot of things kind of in the pot happening.
Well, you're highly busy. I love to see it this year. It's totally up for you. I'm glad that you were able to take the time out to talk too. Whenever you come to Houston, we can link up in person and do an interview and everything. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, that would be great.
Hopefully we'll get some live shows like next year.
I know.
At some point, that would be good. And then your project will come out beginning of the year. We'll be back cranking it, hopefully. So yeah.
Get back to live shows and perform and be in the audience and just be a part of it all. So yeah, hopefully much sooner than later.
What have you been missing, I would say, the most this year?
That live shows, but not only performing, like I love going to live shows. I love watching other people perform. So, but I absolutely miss singing in front of an audience in person. So, that's
how is it like doing? I know you've been doing like a lot of live streams and like performing from home. Like, I know it's not the same, of course, because there's no audience, but that's been good. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun. Still trying to, find ways to connect to people out there. So, it's really the next best thing. I'm just grateful to have platforms like these, like Instagram and Twitter and YouTube, Twitch, all of that to connect. So it's
Somebody
important.
has a good question here. They said, "How are you juggling parenthood and being an artist during the quarantine? Are you teaching from home?"
No, I'm not teaching from home. I taught lessons a few years before I had my daughter. I think being a mom now, I don't even have that kind of flexibility anymore. But just really taking one day at a time and just pouring into myself and making sure that I'm taking care of myself. And that's, with diet, with exercise, like making sure I can get as much sleep as I can. And that's part of it. But making sure I'm good so that my daughter is good, and just really taking it day by day, and being grateful, practicing gratitude. I think that's really helping me keep sane and stay afloat and all that good stuff. So
For sure. Well, thank you again so much, Alex. I'm gonna let you go now so you can get
thank
back to
you.
it. But I appreciate you taking the time out. Everybody, make sure you go listen to all of Alex's music. I can't tell you one song because there's like a bajillion. So follow her right there, and I'll talk to you soon. I'll hopefully see you when you're in Houston.
Yes, can't wait to see y'all out there.
Yes,
Thank you so
for
much.
sure. All right. Thank you, Alex. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.